Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. The Codex is a new way to get around the age-old problem that has long existed within Elite Dangerous, the lack of in-game information and resources for important locations and discoveries. The Codex then exists as a form of knowledge base, but it's also so much more than that, yet somewhat paradoxically, it's not exactly what many people expect from a knowledge base, and this has led to some confusion over its function and purpose. In this video then, we will take a close look at exactly what the Codex is and how to best use it. The Codex is a way of storing information directly within the game and then conveying that information to the players. To best achieve this, the Codex is divided up into 3 sections. Some of this information is unique to the individual player, whilst other of the information is updated galaxy-wide by player actions. These are broken down into Commander, Discoveries and Knowledge Base. The Commander and Knowledge Base are easy to understand. The Discoveries section is somewhat less clear. Let's briefly look at the easy two then, before coming back to the all-important Discoveries section. The Commander section shows everything about your Commander, that is, you as a player. It's divided into 3 further sections: Session Log, Stats and Archive. The session log lists important actions that you've recently taken as a player and goes into quite some detail. Stats, as you might expect, contains all the information on you as a player. Most of this information could previously be found in your ship's right-hand HUD panel, but has now been moved into the Codex. Archive is a really convenient section that contains all the logs that you have collected over time. These are voice and text logs from megaships, abandoned bases, generation ships, and other such locations. The archive allows you to check these messages at any time you want and play them back. The knowledge base contains information added to the game directly by Frontier. This is essentially a detailed telling of Elite Dangerous's history and lore. You can find out details about the Empire, the Federation, and the Alliance, as well as any other aspects of the game, such as the Thargoids or even Raxxla. Strangely though, there's no entry for the Pilots Federation, perhaps one of the most significant parts of Elite Dangerous Galaxy. The details contained within the knowledge base are text-based and are also narrated. Now, the real meat of the Codex for most people is with the Discoveries section. This is the area most directly related to gameplay, and it's also the area that has caused the most confusion. When you enter into the Discoveries section of the Codex, you will be confronted with a galaxy map, which has been divided into 42 distinct regions, each of which contains their own unique names. Each region has an attached dataset of discoveries, currently broken down into 3 different categories: astronomical bodies, biological and geological, as well as xenological. Now, these categories are updated each time someone finds a new discovery within one of the 42 galactic regions. For example, the first time someone discovered a neutron star within the inner Orion spur, this created a reported by entry into the Codex. This entry shows the type of discovery made, in this case a neutron star, its location, and the first person who reported it. This information is then shared galaxy-wide to all players on all platforms. The discovery data does not have to be returned to a station and sold in order for this to happen. Instead, the Codex is updated universally, more or less instantly. Now let's look in a bit more detail at exactly how this works, along with how to gain a reported by entry as well as the confirmed entry. Now clearly, there are only so many types of things that can be discovered within the galaxy. For example, there are a limited number of planet types and a limited number of star types. Same goes for everything else within the galaxy. Whilst there are literally trillions of objects, there are only a limited number of variants. This means that only one person in the game per region can gain a reported by tag for the first discovery of an object variant. If you're the first person to discover a standard gas giant in the inner Orion spur, for example, then you will get the reported by entry in the Codex. After this point, no one else will be able to get the reported by entry in that same galactic region for the same variant of gas giant. So, if an object variant has already been reported in a region of space, and you then make the same discovery, even if in a different location within the same region, you will gain a confirmed entry into the Codex. This confirmed entry is unique to your personal Codex. It means that you have confirmed this variant of object exists within the galaxy, and that you have personally seen it. Now, no one else will see your confirmed entry. It is a personal record for your own information. It means that you can very quickly figure out which types of objects that you have previously seen and which you have still yet to see. Now you can discover stellar bodies such as planets, moons, stars and Lagrange clouds in a number of different ways. Your ship will passively scan them if you are close enough, and if it is the first time discovery for the region, this will gain you a reported by Codex entry. Likewise, you can make the discovery with the full spectrum scanner. Again, once scanned, if it is the first time discovery for that particular stellar body variant in that region, then you will gain the reported by tag in the Codex. If the stellar body variant has already been discovered in the region, you will gain a confirmed entry. Gaining Codex entries for other objects, such as geological surface features or space-based biological life, requires a slightly different method. For this, you'll need to use the composition scanner. Now, all ships, fighters and SRVs have the composition scanner by default. It isn't a module that you need to purchase. All you need to do is bind the scanner to a fire key in the fire groups menu from your vehicle, and when you approach an object, you'll be able to activate your composition scanner. Make sure that you are in analysis mode in order to do this. Once the scan is complete, if it is the first time discovery for this object variant in the particular region, you will gain a reported by entry in the Codex for the associated object. If the object variant has already been discovered in the region, then you will gain a confirmed entry into the Codex. It's also worth pointing out that when you gain a reported by entry, you will also gain a confirmed entry at the same time. This is because you have both discovered the object and by doing so also confirmed its existence. There is a third category of Codex entry that is far rarer. This is the rumoured entry. Now, little is known about this, save that they are a state that exists before reported. The rumoured entry means that a particular object is believed to exist, however, no one as yet has seen it. The Discoveries Codex then acts as a form of database for unique discoveries. It's not an encyclopedia of all discoveries you have ever made, but rather a way for you to interact with the galaxy and locate objects you may wish to see. If you open any reported discovery within the Codex, you can then click on it and it will take you to that location on the galaxy map, allowing you to plot a course to said object. The Codex also contains unknown information about all objects along with associated traits and observations. For example, if you check a gas giant entry, you will also be able to see and locate specific records such as greatest mass or greatest radius. Entries for biological entities such as various mollusks will also contain observations such as locations where they can be found. This type of entry may also contain traits, which will update as you experiment or interact with the life form. For example, if you fire upon the life form and then scan it with the composition scanner, then the Codex may update with any reactions that the object or the biological entity actually has. Likewise, if you approach the entity and it reacts with electricity or a shock wave or other form of reaction, this will also be updated within the Codex as a trait. In this way then, it's possible to interact with the various life forms and learn new things about them. That then pretty much covers everything to do with the Codex. If you still have questions about how to use the various tools, then do check out the other two videos I've done on exploration, explaining the discovery scanners, as well as the full exploration tutorial that's available as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.